Hey, how you doing? This is Nina Hayden.
And this is Avis Carter.
We are FashAZON Network. Nina, you know what? You brought somebody with you on
Yes.
right here with you today. Can you tell us who she is?
Yes, this is Cynthia Cuban. Hi, Miss Cece. How are you?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. Tell us about you. Tell us about your brand.
My brand, the fashion, Cubic fashion, huh? That's what we're talking about. Yeah, Cubic fashion. Been doing it for over 30 years now.
30
years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And wow, in 30 years, and you have that smile. Look at that beautiful, gorgeous smile. Wow.
Thank you. They have a lot to do with the fashions.
Right. Tell us about your fashion.
Well, my fashions, it started over 30 years ago when I was working at a club as a waitress. And they had a fashion show there. And I never thought about it then. But when they kept coming out as the models and it was so boring, I kept saying, I can do that. I can do that.
Yeah.
Went home, started having dreams of fashion. Here we go. I'm a fashion designer.
Wow.
And that's how I got started.
That's how you got started. Okay, so where are you located?
I'm right here in Dallas. Was getting ready to travel the world until COVID came in. But yeah, I'm right here in Dallas. I do a lot of fashion shows. I bring people together. And that's something I love doing, is dressing people up and making them beautiful.
Okay, were you more creative during COVID?
Absolutely not.
Really?
You know, COVID just shut it down, of people coming together. And I didn't want to be a part of that. So I stayed home and just
did
kind
you
of
create any new designs?
No. Oh, men clothes.
Okay. So
can
you
I
did.
chime in? So,
Sure.
you know, Miss Cece, when I was a little girl, right? I know we all have our stories. Can you give us a history of how to walk that walk? How to talk that talk? Because you know the runway.
Yeah, I do, and I love the runway. Just something about those lights in that runway, I just become a totally different person. But the runway is just not about being on the runway to be beautiful, okay? It's more to it.
Do tell.
And, and dealing with our young people, male or female, okay? They can have a lot going on in their life, and it just helps them to develop their confidence in anything. It helps them to realize where they want to go in life as well. And so when you bring people together and it's in a very good environment, you have created some love, some good energy, and they can move forward in life, and they can always look back at you and say, Miss Cece.
Nice.
Miss Cece.
And so, even when I called you to be on FashAZON, you was like, oh, this ain't about me. This about Nina. And I thought, it's about Nina.
Really?
I was like, what about for you? If not for Nina, then for you, right?
No. No. Let me just explain that to you.
Please do.
Because when I give shows, I look for talent.
Yeah.
Okay? I look for people that was in business. And I didn't know Nina, but I knew of Nina because of our dance community.
Yes.
Okay? And so I'm the person I can reach out to you. And when I reached out to her, she said yes. And I really didn't know that Nina was even selling clothes. But when Nina came to my show and set up as a vendor, well, that's when we connect. Okay? And it's about bringing people out and getting them known. It's not just about you. So when she asked me, no, I was not into the fashion because I'm going into other areas now.
Right.
But since it was Nina and she didn't even say no, it's about a friend helping a friend, being there for them.
Yes.
And I was able to say, yes, I do.
Right, and we did a fashion show that was to die for.
Really?
Yes. So we
to
had
live
a great
for,
time.
right?
Oh, yes, to die. Live for, too.
live
Yes. It was on it. We had so much fun,
and
right?
that's what it's about. It's about in our workspace.
Yes.
I do not like anybody to be sad. I need everybody to be happy. I need happiness around me. So that's the type of environment that I create when I'm doing shows, is that energy of love and caring and giving. That's the energy that I want around me.
And so, even with COVID, right? And a lot of people have stepped back. And so, have you stepped back or are you moving forward?
I'm moving forward. It's not so much in the fashion. Like I said, I'm getting ready to go into the men design, but then I'm going to another area. You know, designers, we always created, okay?
Yes.
So
Yes.
therefore, when COVID came in, I heard from the Holy Spirit saying you're going to have to rethink and replan your life, okay?
Yes.
And that's just it. That's just the bottom line. And so since he owned the universe, I asked him. He showed me, and now I'm in
Yes.
another area.
Right.
I'm doing things and getting
yeah.
out there.
We're going to need to know what's new on the horizon.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can't wait to tell you.
Okay, listen to that. Do tell, right?
Well, I'm into arts and craft now. I'm making ornaments and keepsake. Like, say I give you a birthday card. Well, it's not a birthday card that you just put in a pile of stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to get to keep that card. You're going to set it out
Okay.
and say, look what Miss Cece did for me or gave me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm making keepsakes gift. And even when somebody passes away, I'm going to ask them, give me a shirt, a blouse, or something. And I'm going to set up something for them to have. And
So is it going to be framed or
whatever? Don't no telling how. My
whatever your
design
creative mind?
it's just like when I'm designing a dress.
Okay.
I don't know what it's going to be until my hands touch it.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Beautiful. Yes.
Yeah.
And you
okay.
have that beautiful dress that's on set.
Yes.
What was your inspiration for that dress?
Well, just like any other designer, I love going shopping for fabric. I saw the fabric, I like it, got it. When I got a model, I said, okay, I'm going to make this, I'm going to do it this way. And just however God give it to me.
Yes,
So I
right.
designed it. So I can
Exactly.
look at you and dress you in my head here
Yes.
and start making that outfit, and there we go. And that's what I came up with. And the girl was super bad in it.
All right.
So I have a really good question for you. You know, some things we're born with and some things we go to school for. So I just want to know, is it innate? Were you born with this? Was it handed down to you from your family, your mom? Who taught you
A
how to
gift from
walk?
God.
Wow.
We have to realize our gift comes to us as young babies.
Yes.
My gift was dancing,
Okay.
designing, and modeling,
Okay.
Wow.
and
Nice.
crafting. And all that came from God. And your gift starts when you're a child.
Nice.
And my first fashion show was in school, and I had a standing ovation. My first big
Really?
fashion show, I had a young lady from Ebony Fashion Fair to come in. I
Wow.
hired her to direct the show,
Yes.
and the show was a standing ovation from the first scene. Everybody just stood up from the whole show.
Wow.
So I knew that this was nothing but
Great,
coming from
great.
God.
Miss Cece, you just talked about confidence. When we come back, I want to dive a little bit more into that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right.
We'll be back. Welcome back to FashAZON. We just finished talking with Miss Cece, and you know what? You didn't know that she has walked the runway. Well, right now we're going to dive in and talk to Nina Hayden because she just opened a boutique. Nina, tell us about your boutique, girl.
Yes, I did. I just opened a boutique, a new boutique, brick and mortar, my first store in Gilmer, Texas. And it was a journey. And it started during COVID. Well, before COVID, I actually started in June.
Yes.
And I continued on, and I found me a location in Gilmer, Texas. Lots of people didn't expect that to happen because it was COVID. We were quarantined. But it was a gift from God, and the spirit was really strong. So I couldn't back out of it because I know God was pushing me.
Okay.
So I continued on, and I didn't know at times why I was continuing on because people were losing jobs. You know, people were dying. It was just so much corrupt things going on in the world that I was like, God is favoring me. He wants me to continue on this journey.
Right.
And I have to continue on, even though naysayers or people, just didn't have the belief in the faith. But it was okay because God gave me the dream. He gave me the ideal, and he believed and favored me. So,
And so
I just
even
kept
with
going.
that, like as we are brought up, we have been bred to do great things, right?
Yes.
And so who is your inspiration? Who do you look up to? Who is your role model?
Well, first of all, it's my mom, because growing up, everything had to be, almost as perfect as it could, from head to toe. I had to look nice from head to toe. And also my aunties, they were all very fashionable people. They wasn't as wild as I can be. I can go eccentric. I can go just several ways as far as in fashion. So my mom was more stylish, more sophisticated look.
So, to have a mom that's a role model, that's powerful, because a lot of times when we ask a person, who is your role model? They may say this star or that star.
Right,
but the thing about it, those stars are not in your house. They're not in your upbringing. So it's really what you see on the outside. But can you really live what's on the outside? People come with glam, right? But can you really look at a person that's famous and say, that's my role model?
Well,
and do you have a role model outside of your home?
Yeah, I do. Iman, she's a black woman.
Yes.
I'm a black woman. I have
You what?
I'm a black woman. Yes, I am.
Did you just
yes.
No, girl,
and I have
a fashion
boutique in Gilmer, Texas, 215 West Tower in Gilmer. Yes.
Okay, and so even with that, and so you have role models, which is positive, that come from inside and out. And so if a person wanted to open up a boutique, I'm telling you, that could not have been easy. Can you tell me, if I wanted to open up a boutique, what do I need to do?
Well, first of all, if you have that dream and that passion, it will work.
Okay.
You're needing to find you some mentors or someone that has already walked that walk.
Right.
So that maybe your walk won't be as, a rough of a, walk.
Right.
Come to me. I'll help you.
Thank you.
I've had a lot of stumbles, but I've had a great journey along the way.
Nice. And so when you walk the walk and you talk the talk, right?
Yes.
And I know at one time you had says, the way I dress, you have to be a lady. And so in order to be a lady, what is one item that you must wear all the time?
Well, I would choose an undergarment as a girdle. Some people... That's
wait, are you talking
a girdle?
No, wait. You are not supposed to be talking underneath the dress, right? Our don't let it slip.
Right.
So even, when I was coming up, we used to always have to have a purse, right?
Yes.
And so do you make purses? Do you have purses in your shop?
Yes, I do have purses in my shop, and they're made by other designers. And particularly Black-owned designers, because I want to spotlight them and show the creativities that we do have. Like you, Miss CC, you have some very creative styles that I want. When we did the fashion show together, I was like, oh my God, I want that. Yeah. Remember?
Yeah.
And so we talked about your upbringing, right?
Yes.
And then tell me, where are you going? Where are you trying to get to? What's your ultimate goal?
Right. Well, like I said, the first brick and mortar store in Gilmer.
Nice.
I wanted to continue on. I'm going to franchise at one point and go to other states and open up the same Nina's Finds boutique.
Nice,
Yes.
nice. I'm so excited for you. You are doing the dang thing. Okay,
All right, girl.
Yes.
All right.
High five to that. All right. And so when we talk about fabric, right? Can you tell me what fabric represents you?
I always love silk.
Okay, and why?
Because it's silky, it's shiny, I'm gonna use ladylike. I like that.
Okay, so
and
but
I like
did you
the
know,
sparkle and shine.
And I can see you liking silk because on the outside it has like a smooth finish, and on the inside it's like coarse. And so, did you know that silk is one of the is the strongest linen that there is. It's the strongest fabric, and they've tested many types of fabric, but silk is one. And so even when we think about silk, and we think about how does it represent your life?
How does it? Because I'm smooth. It's smooth. It's stylish.
And you shine. You shine.
shine.
And you shine. Yes. And you have strength, you know. So
yes.
life is not always easy. And so even with life not being easy, you know, I can say that I really appreciate you opening up your business, stepping out on faith.
Yes.
And even when we step out on faith, we have to take a step and put one foot forward.
Yes.
And so tell me, in this few seconds that we have before we go, let me know, what words of encouragement can you tell me that I needed to hear? And Miss Cece, if you had anything that you wanted to tell us right now, what would it be?
If you have a dream, a passion, go for it. Don't stop. Don't let anyone stop you. Just continue on. God will help you. Just continue on with your journey.
Right. And I would say don't live with regret, you know?
Yes, definitely.
Regret is huge. A lot of things.
That's
like,
true.
Even with this show,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we reached out to so many people and
Yes.
and everybody, and we can talk about timing as well. And what is for you is for you.
Yes.
Faith without works is dead.
Correct.
And so even knowing that faith without work is dead, if we don't step out, oh, you talk about shoes, you talk about boots. If we don't literally step out, we will be in bondage.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
And
right.
so life is so good.
Right. And don't live with regrets. That was don't ever live with regrets.
And so even when I think about not living with regrets, right, Miss Cece, it's like we're going to talk about and dive deeper into why people shouldn't live with regrets. And when we come back, we want to talk about where are you going from here? You know, we're moving forward. You can walk the walk and talk the talk, but I want to see how are you walking and talking, and those two backing it up. And, you know, we can back it up, right?
Yeah.
But we're going forward, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we have to go forward. All right, and so thank you so much for sharing these precious moments with me. I appreciate each one of you. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Yes.
So you know what? It's like, even when I think about Welcome back to FashAZON. We are just having a good time right over here. And you know what? We're getting ready to talk about fashion. With COVID and everything, I cannot believe that we have not been wearing our clothes. That was then, but this is now.
Right.
So, you know, when you talk about fashion, right? They said that a lot of people would just put their fashion in the closet and start wearing sweatpants and sweatshirts. Can you believe that?
Right.
Yes,
But
I'm one of them.
right, you're one of them. Okay.
Not this fashionistic,
Well,
the diva mama.
They did say they started doing that, and with the new quarantine and everything, you know, we had the Zoom, so there was a lot of people just dressing from the head to the, to the waist, because that's all we could see. So fashion was put back in the closet and wherever they put it, but I'm going to be fashionable regardless, it's quarantine or not.
Yeah, well, I put mine in the storage room.
See, so funny.
And so didn't you miss your things in the storage
Well,
closet?
when COVID came in, it shut the universe down. And when you're a designer like I am, I make the clothes. I design the clothes. I do shows to sell my clothes.
Yes.
Well, when you have a pandemic like that, who's going to buy clothes?
Well, to say that, a lot of people, right before it was shut down completely, I got busier. They started buying. I don't know if it's the rush, we're going to be quarantined. We can't get out. Can I come over, because I work by appointment here in Dallas. But they were coming and buying, and We were just
And you
having
know
a great
what? I
time.
can say that was good for you.
Yes.
You know,
That's
but for me, it was
Yes.
not good. You know,
Understand.
by me being a designer, that
Yes.
is a different. And,
Yes, it
and
is.
and a lot of the designers may not agree with me, but where I was in that time of fashion, it wasn't good for me. You know,
Yes,
because
yes.
I'm so used to putting shows together, bringing
Yes.
people together. I don't have a storefront. Or that
Yes.
just was not me, so it
Right.
wasn't good for me. It just
Yes.
was not a good business
Yes,
for
because
me.
before quarantine, she was doing all types of different fashion shows,
Okay.
you know, within the community
Yeah.
and the dance community. She also did one where they was it swing out?
And you swing out.
Swing out dance.
Wait a minute.
community.
You both can swing out.
Ah, yes,
I'm a
girl.
dancer.
She's an instructor, and she's smooth.
Really?
Yes,
Another gift from God.
yes.
So you can cut a step.
Oh, definitely.
And you can cut fabric.
Yes.
And cut fabric.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so now you can, cut a step, you can cut fabric, you can design. And so tell me what's going on with you right now. Are you in the same place or are you moving
Oh
forward?
no, I'm definitely not in the same place. Definitely
Tell
not
us a
in the
little bit
same
more
place.
about.
Like I said, I had to rethink and replan my life.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, so fashion is somewhat on the back burner because right now I'm getting into my arts and crafts and I'm
Okay.
getting into men clothing.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
So guys been asking me design their suits and stuff for them. So that's where I'm at right now. And when COVID settled down, I may
Yes.
get back into it because I still have life in me.
Right.
Still
Right.
breathe. So I may get back into it. And with all the knowledge and the wisdom that I have of fashion,
Yes.
Right.
of dealing with models and design,
Yes.
I can still teach.
Right,
Yes.
right.
You know,
yeah,
so
we're gonna
but right
pull
now-
you back in.
Oh, Lord,
Look,
help us.
I'm gonna need you to come on down to the store and put on this fashion show with me. That's gonna be coming
Just
up.
because she asked.
Oh,
Isn't that
wow,
a blessing?
thank
That
you.
is a blessing.
Yes, it
Because
is.
she-
And you know, good friends one would say good friends are hard to find. And so once you get a friend, you connect with them and you do what you can for them. And
Yes.
so what's special about your friendship?
The special about our friendship,
Yes.
and not just her,
Yes.
when you are a Christian, you must know what the meaning of friend is.
And what's the meaning of a friend?
Stick closer than a brother.
Oh,
wow.
Stick
that
close.
is so
Wow.
precious.
We are there.
Yes.
We are here to help. We are here for
Yes.
a reason.
Yes.
We're here to love, serve, and give.
Yes.
We're here to
Yes.
love, serve, and give.
Mhm.
So when I use the word friend, I'm
Yes.
not using it just lightly.
Yes.
I'm here for you.
Yes.
And I'm here for Nene. I'm here for you. I'm here for if you ask me to be there, I'm gonna be there.
Nice.
Wow.
You know,
Oh,
because
appreciate
it takes
it.
all of us to get where we're going.
Yes. Yes.
It takes us all to get where we're going. It doesn't matter who you are, what you are, how young or how old.
That's
It takes
right.
us all of us
That's
to
right.
get to
And
make it work.
And when people
Yeah.
say, you know, hey, I did this all by myself, no, you did
you
not.
didn't.
You had people around you. You had your
Yes.
tribe, your group,
Right, right.
you know,
Yeah.
you had people.
It didn't change.
Right.
From biblical time to now, it hasn't changed. It's just you change.
Yes.
It hasn't changed.
And so, even when I think about change, some things that we think are detrimental to us really is building for us, taking us to the next level.
Yes.
And so even as designer and a boutique owner, let's just talk about, have you ever had something that hit home so painful that you didn't think you would make it and you're here today?
Yeah, COVID.
You know what? I'm
Right,
laughing, but
right.
you know that's right.
COVID.
that is real,
when
right?
COVID,
Entire world.
when I
right?
had to tell my models, I had
Yes.
60-something models. Those girls was excited about doing this competition
Yes.
here in
Oh,
Dallas.
yes, I remember that.
You know, the people that was working with me, it was just a beauty, just to say, okay, today is practice, just coming together.
Right.
And when I had to sit there and realize that COVID slapped me in my face
Yes. Yes.
and tell those girls, we can't do it.
Yes.
It's shut down.
Yes, and so even when I think about slapping you in the face, you're supposed to turn the other cheek, right?
No, I didn't.
Like, she was serious. She was upset.
You're supposed to turn the
I
other
was
cheek.
hurt.
Right. Right.
And so even when
It
I
took
think,
everything away from me.
right,
Yes.
but it didn't stop you.
No, it didn't stop me. But I wanted to continue fashion because I love
Yes.
fashion. That was my.
Right.
That was my. I've been doing
Yes. Yes.
So on.
She has the best fashion shows. She knows how to
Nice,
plan and
nice.
call those model
And
calls.
a lot of people don't know
Yes.
how to put fashion shows on
Right.
and bring people together. They
Yes.
I go to fashion show, I be bored stiff. I'm like, really? But anyway, that's their job, so that's their business. Mine is mine.
That's their business.
Right.
And so, have you thought about coaching, like having your own business coaching?
I did. I had a modeling school.
Okay, so wow. And so, even with your modeling school, are you thinking about going digital modeling school?
No,
No. Okay.
no.
So if someone reached out to you and needed a mentor and be
Oh,
like, Miss
Here
Cece.
we go. Yes.
All right.
Yes,
so, tell me, how can people get in touch with you?
I'm Facebook. I'm
Okay.
Facebook now. And what about me on Facebook? Anything that I do, I love giving back. So I'm a charity. So my Facebook page is Cubit Charity.
Cubit Charity.
Mhm.
Nice.
My last name is Cubit. The reason for my last name and charity is what I do. And every time I do a show, it's going to be about giving to somebody in the community that's doing something.
Nice.
Yes,
That's a
very
blessing.
good.
And Nina, tell me, how can people get in touch with you?
People can get in touch with me by going to ninasfinds.com. That's how they can contact me.
Okay, and that's so good to know. And so, is there something up and coming that you want to tell us about fashion? Anything that you pulled out of your closet and say, yes, this is the time to wear it? Because I see, Miss Cece, you got them bell bottoms on, and I know back in the day they used to. So,
I love going back in the day because it hasn't changed.
okay, and
Yes.
so with that, things have not changed. And the beauty about that, they keep going over and over. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you. We are FashAZON. Remember, we can change the fabric of our walk with one stitch and one step at a time.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.